I'm honestly just hanging onto the bike. It's really tough on me. There's a direct quote from Joe Shimoda after a two, and well, it sucks. You gotta say for him, this is a gutsy ride. The last 2 weekends racing with broken fingers, finishing well. I mean, sixth place in A2, and he's salvaging points. You got to give him that. A lot of people could say, "Hey, it's incredibly hard for me to hold on to the bike. I don't feel safe. I'm going to take a couple weeks off, or whatever it is." For him to come out, one race the weekend right after this happened, and those were his fingers after that race. Absolutely destroyed. To come out, race that weekend, finish, salvage some points, come out in A2. I think he qualified 23rd or something like that after not practicing all week long, uh, and then getting a sixth place finish. Good for him. I mean, if he comes out and turns his title around, somehow ends up winning it, these are going to be the races that you're going to look back on and be like, wow, you know, this man really gutted it out, continued to race with the one hand guard, which I think is hilarious. Why not run just both at that point? Um, and it's really you gotta say this is a gutsy ride for him. He continued to say, "quote It was a tough night again with my hand, but I put good effort in the main event to try and score some points. I just don't want to let this championship go. I feel like I've got to stay in it. Next week, hopefully, I'll be a little better and stronger to keep this thing alive." Now, the problem next week is Glendale, and it's a East-West showdown. So that's not going to be, or a Triple Crown. Sorry, it's a Triple Crown event. So that's going to be really hard for him. 3 full races. I mean, they're shorter races, but the heat race you can hopefully just get through in a qualifying position. You can finish seventh, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you might have a bad gate pick, but you can still just kind of roll through and get into the main, rest your hand, fine. Here you're going to have to do practice, qualifying, and then race, race, race. And if it's 3 full rounds, it's going to be a long night for him. I mean that hand has got to be every single time you think about it. Every one of the hundreds of shifts you make during a race going to be sore. Granted, it is good that they are his ring and his pinky finger, but still, every time you clutch your hand, your muscles are moving, and you're going to feel it in those fingers. Every time you land, you're going to feel it with how stiff those shocks are. Like just the jolt up through your arm is gonna be painful. So for him, this is, you know, it's a rough one. You gotta say, good job for him to just continue to ride. Lars Lindstrom, team manager, said, "quote I'm so proud of Joe for surviving the night, and hopefully next weekend he's just a little bit better and can take the next 3 weeks to let his hand completely heal and come out swinging for the rest of the series." Now, that's the thing. After Glendale, they have 3 weeks off, so he can take all the time he needs. I'm assuming the first week, maybe the second week, probably not going to be even on the bike. If be smart, just do some bicycling, keep your cardio up. You know, do some gym stuff, but I highly doubt he's going to be riding the dirt bike very much. And that's probably smart. Give that hand as much time as you possibly can to heal. And obviously, I think at the moment he's 13 points down. So not exactly great, not exactly horrible. It's just going to be how far everything gets away from him. How many points he can score this weekend in the Triple Crown, how far Deegan and, uh, at this point, really, well, Jordan Smith, Deegan, and Beaumare can put on him. If they all have bad races, if they all have, a crash here or they take points away from each other, they start, if Deegan and Beaumare start taking each other out, it's really gonna benefit Joe Shimoda. And he's gonna be trying as hard as he can to collect as many points as he can in these 3 races. And I don't want to see him get injured. Let's put this in any sense or the word. And I saw somebody talk about that he just in one of my other videos, he was literally saying, "Oh, he just needs to take time off. These guys don't need to race during this." It's like they kind of do. And in a sad sense of the thing, this is what the only thing they've done their whole lives, from the times they were, little kids big enough that you could ride a motorcycle, to now you're on a big contract, factory team. Your livelihood is based around where you finish in these standings. If he took these last 2 weeks off, he'd be in the absolute gutters, down with no points, and it would be a throwaway year for him. Wouldn't look very good, and that's not what they need. I mean, all these guys are on what, 1, 2, maybe 3 year contracts with these big factory teams. These guys need to perform, whether that's racing sick, racing injured, whether they're winning and dominating. They need to be on the bike. They need to be on the starting line, and they need to be there. It's a sad. I don't want to say sad, but it's the truth of the thing. You can't just say, oh, I broke a finger. I won't be racing for 3, 4 weeks. Sorry guys. it's it's the sad side of things. And for him to continue to fight for this, I mean, you gotta put it on him. Like, this is a good year for him. He started off with a win. He looked like he was, going to be the top guy, or at least one of the top guys, and then freak things happen. You can't blame. I mean, I guess you can blame the mechanic for having the board out, whether he wasn't paying attention, whether he looked away, whatever the circumstances was, that board was there when Shimoda's hand ran into it. It's, not here nor there. It's a freak accident that sadly happened and has changed the course of this year. Things happen like that. People crash on their own that change championships. Bikes explode. It's a freak thing. And as much as you want to blame mechanic for this, I guess you can. But for Joe to continue to race, continue to get on the bike, push for as many points as he possibly can, you know, through the pain, through practice and qualifying, not being on the bike for the week, and just trying to collect as much as he possibly can. Being down 13 is not really all that bad. I mean, yes, he has to hope that the people in front of him have bad races. He needs to hope that he can heal in the after Glendale, in the 3 weeks coming up, that he can heal, come out, and then start winning again, because that's what he would need to do. He's gonna have to get as healthy as possible over the break. He's going to have to come out after the break and win, 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 win. He's going to have to be in the 1 or 2 spot every single night to even remotely have a chance here. And you're going to have help from other people crashing and other people making mistakes. But I don't know. This is where I'm going to leave you guys. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Are you excited for the Triple Crown? Where do you think Joe Shimoda ends up in the series? Who do you think wins it? Either Beaumare or Deegan or Smith or Shimoda? Anybody? Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Do all the fun things this platform allows you to do, because it really just helped me out and I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.